What is up, everybody? I don't have a specific joke tonight for you guys. All right, so you'll be fine, and you will so you don't need to brace yourself. But I learned a new statement or insult this weekend that God, I am so thankful I did not know in my 20s. This is truly, if you want to start a fight, if you got the beers in you and you are itching, if you really want to provoke somebody, ladies and gentlemen, I officially have the question and the answer to ask to get somebody to rush you. Hey,
Which
Zero,
is
Jordan.
what's up?
Please don't take offense to this one, by the way, but you're just my victim.
I never do.
Okay, good. What's the difference between two dicks and a joke?
It's gotta have something to do with being able to take it.
I was just say your mom can't take a joke.
Oh,
Roll it.
Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
you can't offend me with any mom material because
I know.
I have a very strained relationship.
I know.
Oh,
we know.
that's
Oh, hold on.
thing about that.
We've been saving this one for a little bit. Let's use this.
Two guys, one stream. We need the piano music to chime in that makes everybody feel uncomfortable, and you just play that the whole fucking podcast. I miss Tiny Toons. That's something that I'm shocked has not gotten the revival treatment.
I agree.
They own all the characters. It's like Animaniacs. That made it into season 2, and I think it's doing pretty good. But like I think there's a place for Tiny Toons. Like
Tiny Toons. I mean, okay, Animaniacs was. Okay, Animaniacs is here, but Tiny Toons was right there. I mean, it had some stuff that I don't want to say was above, except for that one episode that they banned.
well, I mean, Tiny Toons had a lot of the stuff that I think that they expanded upon in Animaniacs. And the reason I think I'd love to go back and rewatch Tiny Toons is there's so many jokes that just went over my head as a kid. So
Not as bad as Animaniacs, though.
Oh, I know. Animaniacs and Rocko's Modern Life, they push the goddamn envelope. Like especially Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh God, I can't. That's cringy now.
The bear.
Watch that now, and you're like, was I watching Duckman?
God. Oh man,
Effortless Random. Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see a lot of people already in the chat. Hey, let's introduce the show before we get too derailed. We have a tendency of doing that on this show. It's Thursday night. You're watching us here live on YouTube. Pop over into that live chat. We've got a lot of cool people hanging out with us already, chatting up. We're going to be commenting in the chat. We're going to be highlighting your comments, interacting with you all throughout the course of the show. So be sure to pop in there. Killbots to slam that like button. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And also check out the link in the description below for our Teespring store, where you can get a figure action shirt like the one that Dave's wearing there, the figure action Vice shirt, which I think was our first design. You're going to look good doing it. You're gonna you're gonna look good wearing it. You're gonna help out our show, and we have some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. So check out our shirts. I'll be giving one away in the very near future. I'm still waiting on a Soundwave. I'm bundling a shirt and a Soundwave, and if I find another one, maybe I'll toss in a core class Ravage with that Soundwave. If I find another one, I spoiled one of my pickups for the week, by the way.
So, never noticed. My nose is actually kind of big. I've never noticed that in all my years. Like when I do this, man, I am Jewish. Anyway.
The shirt test. It's like the litmus test. All right. Well, I guess we'll get into we have a very limited cast this week. T and Matt had some other engagements. going on. Also, do want to again dedicate our show to Nightwing and him. We're not sure
Yes.
how he's doing. We're keeping him in
If
our thoughts, our
anyone
prayers.
hears anything, DM me,
Yes,
DM0. Tell him that we are freaking asking about him. I left him a
absolutely.
voicemail. I had his phone number. I found it on my phone. But just if anyone knows anything about Nightwing,
Yeah,
so
I reached out to him. He was active on Facebook Messenger, so not sure if he was reading it or somebody's checking his messages. So I'm hopeful that he's recovering, and I put a message out on his wall, just trying to get a feeler if anybody knows how he's doing. Definitely hoping that he's doing well and pulls through. And we miss you, buddy, and we hope to see you again real soon. I miss talking to you.
yes, my ego is getting out of control without you, man. Seriously.
Yeah. But outside of that, Dave, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
Yeah, all I got was going from 42 to 43. Wait, that would help if I did the right number of hands, though. 42 to 43. So
Well, happy birthday for those that don't
that was
know.
Monday. So all I really did was my gift was my family let me cook. As weird as it is, that was fun for me. So we did that. Hauls this week, incredibly much like my ex-girlfriend Shallow. That's all I got. This lovely shocker. Yeah.
I'm curious.
And I still have
to know.
a second one of these on I've got a second one of these on pre-order because I'm very, very tempted to either try to throw a wash on there to bring out the quilting of this guy. I mean, he looks good. All the reviews are solid. So, but
Yeah.
and it's not a David Hall without
Toss. It's no longer mint on card. You're getting some happy birthdays in there. Mark 44, Winston.
Appreciate, guys. Appreciate.
So you didn't get like anything toy related for your birthday?
Dude, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
I was looking all over for a Kessler Wolf from NECA. I mean, I got the bat last week from T-Man. That was about it, but that wasn't really a birthday gift. But
didn't you get a Viper too?
No.
I
bought an Alley Viper. I still owe him money for it. That
gotcha. Okay.
But I get paid tomorrow, so I couldn't pay him for it just yet. So finally, I just got a notification from BBTS that my pile of loot's finally going to go up to 3 items, so I'll actually ship it from there.
Hell yeah.
So, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I love the happy birthdays in there.
So, but Zero.
How am I doing?
I guess I should get comfortable.
Well, I am doing very well. Got a people hate on this beer. This is Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. I love this shit. And I went into a liquor store by the future in-laws, and I found they had it ahead of the season. I love summer beers, so I'm very happy to have this. It's been a pretty smooth week at work. My company split into 2, which is a good thing. They're splitting from 1 Fortune 100 company to 1 or 2 Fortune 200 companies, and with hopes of having them both be Fortune 100 companies again. Gotta love working for the
Screw you.
But damn, Kev, that was savage. Anyway, yeah, I had
my beard, man.
Good week for hauls. I guess I'll kick it off with I got 2 items from the Golden Disc collection. So I now have all of the Golden Disc collection, the Amazon exclusive Kingdom figures. I got the Mutant Tigatron, which literally nobody but me cares about. And I also got Pterosaur, which I picked up this afternoon. And he's pretty cool. He's a very extensive retool of AirRaiser. I like a lot of the stuff they did with him. Hopefully everybody has a chance to get this guy, because I think the pictures look terrible, but in hand he looks good, if that makes any sense to anybody. I think he's fairly well executed. Also, it's interesting. He's the price of a regular deluxe. They also throw in a golden disc, because if you didn't get the ARC, The arc came with the golden discs, but if you didn't get the arc, you have the opportunity to get a golden disc, which is pretty cool. I'm going to give this to Dinobot so you can hold it. It's funny thinking. Also, in retail Transformers, it's funny. So I wish T-Man was here to tell his tale. Check out T-Man's most recent toy hunt. It's one of his more exciting toy hunts in a while because he actually finds some stuff. He called me up over the weekend and he's like, "Hey, I just found a." Well, he posted it in our show chat. And then I got on the phone with him, and he's like, "Hey, I don't know if you saw the chat, but I found a Ravage from the core class for the Studio Series." And I was like, "Oh, holy shit, yeah, I want that." I go into a Walmart, and lo and behold, I find Ravage and Shockwave. So I told him, "Hey, figure out somebody else to give it to." I ended up picking up one from my main man, Deluxe Baldwin, so he should have that review on his channel soon, and Patriot Prime. Got them a pair of Shockwaves and Ravages. And they're both really cool. Like, people are skipping the Shockwave. And I can understand why you would skip the Shockwave because, like, are they going to do any more Bumblebee movie core class figures? We don't know. It's also funny they do the core class before doing a Voyager or a Leader or whatever they're going to do. It's also interesting that Shockwave is the first one and not Prime or Bumblebee. But he's a good size. He's fun to mess around with. The transformation's pretty neat. Everybody's going to want this Ravage. This Ravage is just, he's awesome. Though after getting Blaster and Eject, I'm like, well, shouldn't he have just come with him?
Mm-hmm.
Raise the bar a little bit, Hasbro. Raise the bar, take it down. But no, he's good. And as an individual release, he at least has the paint. They did a really good job painting him, and there's even like little accents on there I wasn't expecting. Like they painted some teeny tiny red stripes. I thought there was like some blue on here. Yeah. So on the side of his head, he has like this metallic blue. And had he come as an accessory, he would not have had this level of paint.
That's true. Ooh, we got one. We got one.
There we go. Mother Russia has invaded our chat once again.
I already blocked him.
Right on. I also, courtesy of GameStop, I had points on GameStop and I cashed them in, and I got Starscream on his commode.
Oh, come on, man.
I was gonna get it, and in hand, I actually really like him, to be honest.
Of course,
and I actually like that you can peg the cape on here on the back, so you can make him work. I'm probably not going to give him the throne exclusively, but yeah, I do like it. The throne is actually solid plastic, and I mean, hey, come on, I mean, it's Starscream.
Yes, but you have that Starscream.
Yeah, I do have that Starscream, but now I have him. See, this is where Paik says I'm part of the problem.
Yes, I'm agreeing completely. I mean, it's not even a retool. It's not even a repaint.
It is a retool, and it is a repaint. So, I mean, he is a retool in the sense that he has opening and closing hands. And he is a repaint in the sense that they actually gave him the appropriate dark metallic face. He's slightly darker than the original Deco. And that's about it.
No, I'm not sold.
Nor should you be. It's, Next up, I got the Medicus from Toy Dojo. So I have my MMC, my first MMC combiner piece for their Bruticus. Although I'm going to use these as individual bots, and God help me if the X-Transbots Defensor is anywhere near as bad as the Menasor. Let's see, where am I? Oh, one more official Transformers piece. I was at Target. Target has had these Transformers statues forever now. Like they got them like I want to say in September,
Mm-hmm.
And these were originally sold in GameStop, and then they started selling them in Target in new packaging. This was on clearance for $11.
Okay, that's
So yeah,
I
the
if I had an actual desk at work, that would be perfect for it.
Yeah, so these. Hopefully, I can find a Megatron, but I'm such an Optimus fan that I don't really care. So right now, I've just kind of got him sitting on my desk. It's a nice statue, to be honest. It's got a good heft to it. I mean, it's made out of PVC. Nothing on it moves, but it's very well painted, and it just it looks good. It's Optimus. What can you say about it? Um, and let's see what else. Like Dave, I got Shocker for my Spider-Man collection. And also through Hasbro Pulse, I got the Power Rangers Turtles.
Ooh, nice.
Not all of them, but I got Leonardo as the Blue Ranger and Donatello as the Black Ranger. And
You need to read that comic.
I do need to read that comic.
It is better than it should be by any rights.
One more thing, I got the Pudgy Pig set from Hasbro Pulse, and
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the face of regret.
This is the face of regret. So Alexa really wanted the Pudgy Pig figure. When she saw it, she's like, I want that pig. She has no connection to Power Rangers. So I had this on pre-order. I got it. It was one of their convention exclusives. And I mean, he comes with food. He comes with like pies and stuff. And I had it on pre-order. And I was like, well, you get the lunchbox with it. That's kind of cool. This is not a real lunchbox at all. This is a cardboard sleeve that has the handle on it. And then it is just a cardboard box that has a magnetic clasp on it. And there's an insert in here.
Oh my god, the insert with the fake
get,
thermos on the other side.
Yeah, so they have the fake thermos and everything. And then there's a backdrop for Ernie's juice bar. And then you just get Pudgy Pig in here. And this should have cost the same as the regular retail release.
You know what? I'm going to say yes and no. And the only reason I say that is I think if they didn't make the box look like a freaking, the pictures made you think that you were getting a real lunchbox, I still think you would have been very pleased with it. But the lunchbox aspect is, you're anticipating this. I wouldn't have paid, how much did they charge you for that?
$50. And yes, Jedi Mindset, it's cardboard. I was expecting it to be a tin. I was expecting it to be a tin or plastic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, at least if they had presented it a little better, because the magnetic glass box is good. Yes. The fact that box, that backdrop is actually a Detolf, is sized perfectly for a Detolf.
100%.
I'm not trying to defend it per se, but I think if it wasn't the lunchbox, they were thinking if you did not think you were getting a lunchbox, because that's like the same type of box you'd get a Mezco in.
Yes.
And it's very collectors friendly. That's the other thing.
It is and it isn't, because inside of that they have paper ties. So it's not like you can take the figure out and just, go, pun intended for Pudgy Pig, hog wild here. You have to cut those paper ties or undo them.
Okay, but I'm just... I think the lunchbox raised the expectations higher, because you have bought exclusives.
I've pre-ordered video games. I've pre-ordered video games in the past 5 years that have come with metal tins.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. You miss. I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. I bet if they didn't make the box look like a lunchbox, that you were not expecting the metal lunchbox, your level of disappointment would be down about 2/3.
Oh, well, 100%. If they were transparent, if they did like one of their fan first events and they're like, hey, this is the packaging, I would have been like, yeah, I'm fine with the regular retail release. For me, it was like, well, I have the regular. I found the regular retail release. I bought it, and I was like, well, I'll have the extras, and then Lex can have the pig. And I mean, it worked out that way. But I'm glad we both have one now. And I'm glad that, like, hey, she can share in something that I enjoy. But at the same time, I'm like super fucking pissed that I could have just got another retail release. I could have canceled that one and said, "Hey, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to get another one at retail.
Oh, I
She
know.
can
I
have
know.
one."
I mean, I'm just. What I'm more saying is Hasbro set up this failure of
They
they
did.
set up this by setting this precedence of expecting so much more. Usually, you're supposed to under promise, over deliver. In this case,
Right.
the
Well,
perception was an over promise.
look at the Zartan. I mean, you were fortunate enough to get that Zartan, right?
Oh yeah,
And they were very transparent about, hey, here's the packaging and here's all the stuff he comes with. And they charged the deluxe price point, but I think, for all the weapons and the heads,
Oh wait, well,
yes.
you saw me. I was gushing over it. I mean, the bots made.
Yeah.
I was thrilled with the bots with the wheel on it and stuff.
So
That was a premium
imagine
presentation,
imagine a $20 markup on that.
right?
It
What?
doesn't. Yeah.
But the Pudgy Pig retail costs $30.
hmm
I think with that premium, I don't think you should have been charged 50.
The paint's not even different. There's no premium paint. He doesn't even have a wash. It is the same Pudgy Pig at retail.
Oh, okay. So, well, in that case, then never mind.
Yeah,
F that.
because there's Pudgy Pigs in her office. I can go grab them because I opened it up and I was just like, huh.
Listen. You do not need to grab her Pudgy Pig for me. Okay? that's. You already got the shocker. You don't need to be grabbing Snow Pudgy Pig, and let's move on to the next.
All right. Well, we can get into news and talking about how the Power Ranger stuff should have. Well, I can't remember what convention it was. Was that all SDCC?
PulseCon.
PulseCon. That's right.
We've already talked about. I think we can talk about this again, but I hate to say it. I think Hasbro's is way too successful with PulseCon.
Yes, and they're fan first events, and we've got another one coming up tomorrow at 11 Eastern.
That was a perfect segue. We really didn't plan that, folks. Give us a thumbs up for segues.
Yeah. But Fan First Friday, we don't know anything about it other than it's happening tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see any Rise of the Beast stuff, but I think my predictions, we're going to see Inferno and Tarantulas so they can finish out the Beast Wars Season 1
At least one of the two.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet. And I also...
Has Pack Rat been announced?
No, Pack Rat hasn't been announced, but
So that's my prediction.
Shocked.
That's my prediction. I think Pack Rat will be announced.
So... Well, Pack Rat was BotCon, and then there was the Transmetal one at Walmart, if I remember correctly.
Right. I mean, if they're doing Buzzsaw, they're gonna do Pack Rat.
So I imagine we'll see those other two beasts. I think we'll probably see a couple more things from Legacy, and then they'll probably also show some Beast Wars reissues because there were a bunch that were teased.
I would say, oh, holy crap. I just had a horrible thought.
What's that?
Because this makes sense. Ooh. Jedi, that would be freaking amazing.
I think that will probably end up being the Commander class for Legacy. I think that's how they'll finally release that Armada Prime.
That would be phenomenal. Okay.
And yes,
if you get that one, I want to. If you do, I'm going to give you a mental high five if that gets announced. No. Think about the trend. Inferno will be a Target red card exclusive.
Oh god. Well, we know the next one's going to be a deluxe.
But what color is he?
He's red. But you know what? What would not shock me? If we get Pterosaur sans the golden disc as that red card exclusive. So they can say they released the main character.
They make him as Fractal.
They could. But wasn't Fractal purple?
Yeah.
Because all the targets,
that's why I was thinking that was my mindset of Inferno, but
yeah.
Fractal would be a perfect exclusive.
I mean, it would give people the opportunity to get the mold. That's for sure.
What would be cool is if somehow if they gave us Quick Strike.
Yeah. You know what I think that, in all honesty, what I think that their their red card exclusive will be, it'll probably be Red Bumblebee, like the
Eh,
Diaclone Bumblebee.
because we don't have enough Bumblebee figures out there.
We apparently do not.
Jedi, I'm hoping your Jedi mindset. I am hoping you are right with the Armada Prime pick.
Yeah, that Armada Prime seems like a good bet for Commander,
I
or
feel
what
so
wouldn't be
old
Supreme.
that
but-
Armada Prime is becoming freaking nostalgia.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I was having a discussion with I think I had this discussion with Winston the other day. I met up with Winston, and I've been helping him get bats and vipers, and I think it was him. He and I were talking about Armada, and I was like, I know people who are younger. I guessed on another podcast with some guys that are in their early 20s and they're Transformers fans. At the Fanboy Studios is the channel, and they do the F Team podcast. And like the one guy, John, like that Armada was his G1.
Hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that really bothers me, that Gary Chalk isn't going to be Optimus Primal in Rise of the Beasts, because while there's a generation that doesn't know him as Optimus Primal, they know him. Yep, it was with Winston. They know him as their Optimus Prime.
I mean, he was Prime for 3 shows.
Yeah.
4 shows if you count Primal.
Yeah. I mean, technically he did do the voice of Optimus Prime in Beast Machines when they had the statue come to life, or the hologram come to life and talk to Primal.
Beast Machines, still underrated.
Has Hasbro actually formally revealed the exosuit Spike? Because that's probably a safe bet that we'll get another court class reveal. Apparently, that exosuit Spike is also showing up in the United Arab Emirates at retail. But move on to some actual tangible news here.
Tangible. I must
Tangible is in something we can actually see. So anybody that's backed the Hasbro HasLab Victory Saber got an email earlier in the week showing off the packaging for Victory Saber, which is actually getting the legacy branding, which is interesting. I don't think Unicron had. Well, no, Unicron did have War for Cybertron trilogy on there.
Thank you, Benjamin. That's pretty.
Yeah. What would be nice is if they like actually included like some of this art as like hard lithographs.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Stanley.
Hey, Stanley, we're doing good. Glad
Well, it's not
you're
Stanley.
here.
It's just the toy channel.
Wow, hey.
That art is. I mean, more with what you guys have paid for it. You guys better. I mean, this is getting the premium deal, and I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah, there's some real love going into this artwork. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting mine. I did back this project since it was basically the same price as a Supreme class figure, and for all intents and purposes, you're getting essentially 2 leaders, or maybe one could be considered a commander class. They're not really. I'm saying you're getting 2 leaders, and you're getting some extras here. But
I feel a little FOMO. I will admit it. I'm feeling a little FOMO.
I think a lot of people are going to have that, though. You know, again, this one, if you didn't back it, it is getting released as a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive. So there will be the Japanese market. You will be able to get it at other retailers. It'll be at a slightly higher price point, but
I know.
You know, Tabi, what is going on, man? We got to get you on here too.
I agree. Just no swearing, or you will be cursed.
Hey, we always swear, because hey,
that's Tabi gets that joke. He knows exactly what I was referencing. It was a reference housing.
Next up, Flames Toys. They are coming out with a model hound. This is the promotional picture. This is really all we have right now.
It looks
But
pretty packing. I mean that looks pretty he's packing.
he is. I'm curious all the armaments he's going to come with. But I was really hoping Matt was going to be on tonight because Matt actually picked up the 3.0 Model Deluxe. Well, is it called Model Deluxe? The MDLX?
Mm,
But you don't have to put them together. They're pre-assembled pieces. They're just
right.
smaller than your typical 3A
Yeah, he got the
figure.
Bumblebee, and
He's
right now
loving
he
it.
loved it. Mine's still on Big
Yeah.
Bad Toys. I still kept my pre-order at BBTS. I mean, he's $60.
Yeah.
You're paying $10. I mean, but he's not
But
even 6 inches tall.
I'm pretty sure that's mostly die cast. And 3.0 uses some really good high quality plastic. The
D Amazing
articulation's
did a
there.
very good review of him because D Amazing is amazing.
And that guy could sell. Well, I mean,
Why that man is not working for the industry, I'll never know.
I really hope Hasbro picks him up. I mean, the fact that they worked with him for the Iron Spider, we talked about that already. But it's just one of the best photographers in the biz. Yeah, Jedi.
Yeah.
I definitely get the Guff Custom here, the vibe from that. I mean, the Flame Toys model kits. You know, they're pre-molded in plastic, but I mean, you could have a field day, or pre-colored plastic. You could have a field day painting this into whatever you want it to be because this really doesn't give that much of a Transformers vibe. I mean, you see the visible tires and the shins and everything, but I guess the point I was getting at with these Furai model kits is they tend to retail at about $47, but for $60 for 3.0, you can get a pre-built figure that comes with accessories. It's painted better than most people are going to be able to paint. And
you know what? You can pick yourself up a $80 Figure Arts Goku, or you could pick yourself up a $45 Figure-Eyes Goku. And that's both done by Bandai.
Yeah.
Here's the biggest thing the Furai model kit has over the 3.0. They've done a much more of a deep dive already. The cast is much better. Their style, it's stylized, but it's kind of like Iron Factory, where it's in its own lane of style. And dear God, this is like, I could totally even just paint these as army built drones, assault drones. To be honest.
Absolutely. Like the possibilities with this are endless. Slow DK says they have 5 of these and they've airbrushed them. I've built a few of the Flames Toys kits. I had their original Optimus Prime, which is stylized like this. I have their IDW one, which I haven't put together, and I have their G1 style Prime, which I put together with minimal paint. And the quality of that G1 Prime versus the original design is just it's not comparable. The G1 style Prime actually feels like a Figuarts figure. So I don't know how the IDW one feels. That'll be a rainy day project over the summer when I get space to do it. But they make a great product. But I still wonder, like, for model kits, is the pricing right? Are they pricing themselves too high?
No.
I mean, your 1/140. I kind of think these are kind of akin to 1/144 Gundams.
They are, but I think they're much more. There's more complexity to them.
I mean, it depends on the kit, really. Like,
also, you have to remember they're paying for a license on top of it, while Gundams are made by Gundam Bandai.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just pointing a couple things.
That's true, but I mean,
and I knew people who had, for example, that Prime that you have. Mm-hmm. I know people who bought the Amazing Yamaguchi Prime and the model kit Prime, and the model apparently blows the Amazing Yamaguchi out of the water.
Oh yeah, the model it's incredible.
So
it completely exceeded my expectations of what a model kit could be. because like once it's put together, it does not feel like a model kit.
Yeah. So there you go. You're answering your questions right there. I think it feels more like you've built an action figure than actually building a model.
Yeah.
So all right, cool. It's on my radar.
Well, the next one we have, it's yet another official model kit. And we've seen that gigantic Yellow Park Bumblebee. Well, that company is also coming out with a model kit. And this is actually kind of and this company's based out are they based out of China?
Mostar.
And yes, Mostar. But yeah, so this one is actually pretty expensive for a model kit, though I think it is larger than a 1/100 scale Gundam. This is, from what I understand, this is a pre-painted, pre-colored kit.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's a model.
this is a model kit.
Okay, that's right up there. And I would say, if not, that's near perfect grade Gundam. If that's got die cast in there, I bet that thing's got screws.
Now, I didn't see any screws in it. I know it doesn't have the shifting parts like the large
Ooh.
figure does. Like the large figure, like it blows 3-0 out of the water, but it's not anywhere near the scale.
Dude, if you got to put those hands together, my God, that's gonna be a bitch.
I have you ever put together perfect grade hands?
No, I've never.
It's just ball joints. It's ball joints and friction fit.
Right, I'm just saying this is up there with a perfect grade Gundam. That's
or a master grade. But yeah, this thing comes in at $113. Well, $113.95, probably $115. But
still buy 3-0.
yeah, I mean, I have the 3-0, so I'm good. And the irony here is that I was able to get the 3-0 for $120. This was pre-pandemic.
Hey, Sony.
But I mean, the one thing this has on 3-0 is it doesn't have, well, the 3-0 doesn't have a matrix chamber. But then again, you never saw him actually open up his matrix chamber in the movie.
No, that's just part of the rule. That's part of the rules of the Prime. He has to have
and
a
he never
map.
had that axe either. So
That's the other rule of the Prime.
yeah, he's got to have an axe. This looks like a piece of diecast, to be honest.
This is impressive as hell. There's no way I'm buying it because there's no way I have time to build it. But that's
I
absolutely
look
beautiful.
forward to reviews. That's my stance on it. So next up, we get into our third party news. We got an exciting one. This one actually, this came up on my radar through Third Party Unlimited. We've got Antoine in here tonight. So Antoine, thank you for posting this one because this one really has me excited. This is an update. We've seen a little bit of this figure before. This is from Transarts Toys, one of the companies that I think is a very sleeper hit third party company. And it's kind of an update. They have a Weibo link here. Weibo.
Hopefully, it's better than the Didn't they just release a Optimal Optimus?
They did, and
I've not heard good things on that one.
I will have that for my birthday, hopefully. So I'm looking forward to that. Now Ben's Collectibles gushed about it. Sony actually did a review. I thought he liked it.
Okay.
Darkman, Florida. T-Man and Partsformer had some stuff going on tonight, so you've got the Just the 2-0 and Dave show.
Where is it?
Two guys, one stream.
Oops,
I mean, if you want T-Man in here, we have plenty of gifts for T-Man. Grace his presence. But yeah, this is coming out this year. Now, Transarts Toys, they actually have a pretty good... Yeah, he would say that. He would absolutely say he's passing on this, but I think he'd be missing out. They have a pretty good track record with their releases, and again with the Optimal Optimus, I haven't had hands on it, but Ben's Collectibles seem to like it. And Sony, keep me honest here, but I thought you, outside of the fact that you don't like Beast Wars, thought it was pretty good. Mike Rogers says we should be.
Thank
happy
you.
for Terry. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Mike's
I
great.
appreciate you, Mike.
I'm excited for this. I love this figure, and this was my first figure casualty to gold plastic syndrome. So
I got the I don't know if I want to call them the re-release, but when they use that mold in Armada as Predacon,
Oh yeah, he was like green.
I have that. Guess what? It may be green. It's still in one piece.
It's still yeah. Yeah, the Takara Tomy one was done in like a bronze, so it survived, but the U.S. releases were very, 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 very brittle. Like I says, thought Bobby he would. Bobby hates Beast Wars, and there are a lot of people that hate Beast Wars without merit. Damn reviews. I love Beast Wars. Like for me, Beast Wars made the lore of Transformers important to me. Not
You
that
know
I didn't
why?
like Transformers before.
You know who's one of the writers on that?
Well,
Simon Furman.
that was Furman was a Beast Machines writer.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
that explains why everybody died.
Yeah, Beast Machines was
Benyon.
Bob Skur. No wait, Skur and Eisenberg were the two behind Beast Machines. So yeah, Furman was. Yeah, you're gonna make me IMDb it.
I'm already working on it.
Beast Wars is better G1. Yeah, I said if from a story perspective, Beast Wars is undoubtedly better than G1. I say it all the time. Beast Wars introduced so many concepts that all modern Transformers continuities use: protoforms, sparks,
CR chambers,
CR chamber, stasis lock. Beast Wars did a lot with having a very small cast and making them meaningful. Not Beast Wars, G1, you'd see like, hey, here's skids, here's punch counter punch. They get like their 10 seconds of character development, and with Beast Wars, literally every character that was introduced at least had an episode. At the very least, they had they had an episode, and then they still built their characters
Simon
up.
Furman only wrote one episode.
Yeah,
he had a lot of writers actually. Oh, Marv Wolfman wrote an episode.
Yeah, I think Marv Wolfman did that whole arc with.
No, it just has one episode.
Oh, then I stand corrected.
Larry DiTillo wrote most of it.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, Beast Machines. I'm sorry, Beast Wars, and Beast Machines also were probably the first time that fans were involved. Benson Yee, who still to this day runs BWTF.com, was actually a consultant for the show. So they actually got a fan involved to help consult the show, which I think is absolutely awesome. I can't wait for this. I have their Transmetal Optimus and Cheetor and the Ravage. I still haven't gotten Transmutate because I don't think her colors are right. I think she's way too silver, and I think she's a little bit too big. But I've been very happy with all the releases that I've got from this company so far. So I'm looking forward to this coming out this year. Hopefully, after Chinese New Year, we get some actual color pictures.
I got to agree with Jackman. With you, I got to agree with Womack.
Yeah, I agreed with him.
Yeah. So
and it's not the discount G1. I still love G1, but I
can rewatch. No, let me rephrase. I can rewatch Beast Wars. I watch G1 and like, oh yeah, and turn it off.
I think Beast Wars, and that's the thing, is like, it's not so much that it's like better. I think that the Beast Wars makes G1 even better than it is.
Oh, it enhances it, but
it enhances it 100%.
But I'm just saying I can.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of people that they just want to discount Beast Wars because it's a popular opinion among some people. But I think Beast Wars is something that really enhances G1, and certainly makes the whole story arc much more impactful.
I agree. I completely agree.
And yeah,
just couldn't do it in my
Slody,
hands.
you're absolutely right. Tubi and Pluto TV have some great stuff on there. And for anybody that's a nostalgia fan, we were talking about not Rocco's Modern Life earlier in the show, as well as Animaniacs, but Pluto actually has like the old Nickelodeon lineups, and then
Mhm.
like I've seen Tubi and Pluto have had like G1 and Beast Wars spattered in there. Free apps, very minimal advertisements. Definitely check them out if you want to add
And they are
any.
totally not paying us for this. So
Yeah, they are not paying for. So Mike says, nope. I can understand. I understand people who like Beast Wars. I cannot relate to Bayformers fans. Bayformers. That's just like popcorn cinema and nothing
that's a
else.
whole different conversation right there.
If you want to have
Let's
fun,
let's just no. I'm moving past that. I'm moving
I
past
just
that.
gotta say one thing. If you want to have fun, get a bunch of Transformers fans in a room and just start the conversation with, "Hey, what was the plot in Revenge of the Fallen?" And just try and have
Revenge
them
of the
go
okay.
through.
You know, you say that. I'm gonna say this. God damn it, you're getting me going. Revenge of the Fallen is the most G1-esque of all the damn movies.
We're talking Carnage and C minor.
But I'm just saying like, of all the but of all the movies, that's like the most G1-esque thing ever of ludicrous thing that's going to destroy the entire planet. Let's have Devastator, all that stuff, and then they fly off they attack at dawn and then fly off in retreat. That is the most G1 thing ever.
And the Matrix was there.
Yeah. So okay. Anyway, let's on to the next.
All right, we're gonna kind of breeze through these because we don't have Matt and T kind of put these notes together. But Dr. Wu is the only third-party company because I think all the other third-party companies have kind of blown their collective load with the reveals prior to Chinese New Year. So we've got Dr. Wu to give us our third-party reveals this week. Starting off with Sky Glider, and man, he's a cute little
Oh, who's a
like
little
kind of
water glide? Who's
mini
a
bot,
little water glide?
very small power glide. So
He's
small.
already
And
lost to my carpet.
yeah, this one especially, right? The Sky Ghost variant. I'd be more interested if they did like the Cobra variant off the bat, but
That was the
hey,
greatest.
it's a thing. I mean, these things are coming in. I think like I know like on Pig's Chatter Day they did a whole thing about the Legends class. Say what you will about these Doctor Wu figures, they're at least coming in at like what are these, like $20 a piece?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
You know,
That's
which for what they are, I still think is way too much. But if you wanted to do a tiny Transformers collection, you can do that. Pop the Trunk, thanks for showing up. I'm going to go back and watch you on Deluxe's channel later on. Looking forward to seeing your interview with Deluxe. Dark Man Florida, Bayformers look ugly. They do look ugly, but you know, there's something about the toys where I'm so entranced by the novelty that they can actually be done. That's
yeah.
that's like the appeal, at least for me. All right, next up, I gotta get like when T does part of the notes. He doesn't normally do notes. Dr. Wu is also doing Seekers, and these aren't any New Age Seekers, but if you wanted them on a budget, I don't think there's anything wrong with these, to be honest. If you're doing City Bots or Titan class, I think these would be a great fit. I'd love to see pictures of their backs in robot mode, see how they clean up. But I think
I like how the wings are on hinges, so when you transform them, they bend back slightly.
Yeah, probably keeps them out of the way too.
No, that's what I'm
like
saying. I like that. I really that.
And hey, if you want tiny Seekers that all come with null rays / arm cannons, you're gonna get them here.
They're just remolds. They're just the same mold with different colored plastic.
Exactly. I was just jabbing at the core class Skywarp that's not going to even come with arm cannons. It comes with that like hot dog tuning fork. And one more up on the docket for Dr. Wu, and this one actually also looks really cool. Not gonna lie, we get their look at Soundmaster and Twin Horn, which is their blaster and twin cast respectively. And I mean, these things are super tiny. I mean, the one thing you're going to notice here is you're not putting in, these are so small, you are not putting in cassettes.
No,
which
they are no. Yeah. It's a thing, and I commend the Woo team for actually diving as deep as they have.
Well, they're setting their own scale, and I think there's something that can be said that that's probably appreciated by some.
I think if you had Metroplex and Triptychon, these would look so cool to display with them.
Oh, 100%. Even
and
the
then
Arc,
you drop them and you never see them again.
Yeah, I think if you have the Arc, you don't want those like little teeny tiny figures that are just kind of cast in one color of plastic like Hasbro is doing. These would look great with that display. So, and like I said too, like I think Legends, and again, check out Pake's Chatterday from last week. All the guys that were there, I think, said everything that needed to be said. But I think the current situation with Legends, like the Legends figures right now, are priced so high, you might as well be doing MP scale. No joke. These are a great alternative to anybody that just wants little tiny fun to transform figures.
What was that last Legend that's coming out? That's like over 100?
The Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that New Age, I think is it David? Chat kind of keep me honest there. But yeah, there is, let's see what he is. Because I have I thought I had him on the
Toy Dojo, $99. TF Source, $130.
Woo!
God.
Woo! Yeah, and that's the New Age David, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
Not
something
like
to be
this old
said
school
because MP10 was about that price.
Yeah.
I
MP10
understand.
Purchased by buying it off somebody, scalped, was $130.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so glad I'm not in the Legends game.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for our Transformers news. I guess we can get into our non-Transformers news. I guess we'll start off with Masters of the Universe. We get a couple pieces here. We get a Masterverse Revelations Classic Tila. I think this is probably, for anybody collecting these updated figures, this is probably the Tila a lot of people wanted to get off the cuff.
Cool. I still need to watch the second half. I've only seen that one clip over and over and over again.
I think this looks pretty good for what it is. I mean, the unhelmeted head looks pretty good.
No, that's absolutely perfect. Unhelmeted head, double jointed elbows, look perfect. Extra set of hands, weapons, alternate head, and voiced by Sarah Michelle Gellar. I'm good with that.
Next up, we got another piece from Master of the Universe. This one's actually really interesting because, and I know a lot of people have seen this already, but Sunman, Digitino, and Space Sumo are now officially part of the Masters of the Universe, and they are getting their own Masters of the Universe Classics releases. Sunman, for a lot of people that don't know, was kind of like what was it, a knockoff of He-Man?
I have no clue. I've never seen this before in my life.
So
all I know is he cannot walk through a door with that collar.
So I do know like Sunman was like one of the first, like, widely distributed African American action figures, and I don't know if it used the He-Man body or not. Like if it was a knockoff or it was just similar, but it was really popular in the 80s, and there were characters that went along with them, and you know, I think it's really cool that they're giving this character a second life. There's also a version of Sunman that has a flat top, so it'd be cool if they did a variant of the two, or if they at least just threw in an alternate head. But I know a lot of people are going to be.
I'm about to deep dive into this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that probably grew up in the 80s, had this because back then you really didn't have a wide variety of representation in the action figure market. And I know the Sunman line did that. I'm not too familiar with the Digitino character.
1985, made by Olmec Toys.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to read about this after the show. I don't like not knowing about it.
Yeah. Jedi Mindset, I know that the DCPIs for both King Grayskull and Trapjaw have hit, and Target has actually been advertising King Grayskull, so I'm expecting him to be showing up in stores really soon. Because Target had a thing, they had like their circular advertising this Sunman as well as King Grayskull. Yeah, I know Sunman was pretty popular from what I've read. So
it's created by Yala Eason. She made him for her kids. That's actually pretty cool.
But yeah, I know these have been hitting Targets and Walmarts pretty hard. And it's funny, I think the Masters of the Universe Classics line has really exceeded expectations. I think there's a lot more people that collect them than I think anybody really expected. I've been helping Patriot Prime look for them. I know he's all in on them.
He-Man fans are rabid.
Yeah.
I mean, Mattel did. Matty Toys was doing that whole premium line before. If it wasn't for He-Man, there wouldn't be the Mythic Legions. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Literally, the way the Matty Toys business model is what Mythic Legions is now. In fact, Four Horsemen kind of built themselves on Masters of the Universe.
You want a good segue there?
Okay, go for it, man. This is not scripted, folks.
We got a new Four Horsemen reveal in a Mythic Legion style. They're doing a Krampus figure, and
another Krampus figure.
There was one before.
Matt has it.
Oh, no shit. But was it?
Yeah, it was solicited right before, and it was released right at Christmas time.
Shit, I didn't know it was Four Horsemen though.
Yeah. In that little bucket is the little skeleton pieces.
Oh shit. Well, they're saying this is done in
this one
Mythic Legion style. I love the fact you get the little hands here to come out of the basket like there's a kid inside. We didn't get to do it this year, but like Lex and I like to display figures under the tree. I have all of those Star Wars trooper repaints, holiday troopers, and I think if this is priced right, I might be interested in picking up. Now this looks like it's probably really going to be limited because there's the pre-order started today at noon and it goes until May 6th, and maybe I have to check that out. Oh wait, you can pre-order on BBTS. So
and just so you know, I don't know if you've got it on here, but NECA is actually going to be making a Krampus figure based off that Krampus movie from from a few years ago.
I think I'd rather have this, to be honest with you.
Oh, same here. This looks
because the Krampus from the movie, it looked like Pan from Pan's Labyrinth, in my opinion.
This
is cool. This is really cool.
Listen, if Matt was here, Matt has it.
Yeah, Miko also collects Masters of the Universe Origins. Yeah, I'm sure if Matt were here, he'd probably have it like at hand, or he'd be able to get it and we'd be able to do a real time comparison here.
I just started reading on the history of that, man. It's very cool, very interesting, and it's I'm glad he's getting put back. The Sunman's being put back on the spotlight.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they're making him an official Masters of the Universe figure. T7 Nowhere says the black version is excellent. If you're interested, order it. I think I will put in a pre-order on BBTS because I think this would look really cool in our Christmas display. Albeit in the back, she's probably gonna be like, "It's not very Christmassy," but have him behind the sleigh. I also really want to get one of those Santa figures we looked at not too long ago.
Oh, the zombie Santa stuff?
Not the zombie. I just want the regular Santa or the cyborg Santa, one of the two, but not the zombie one. All right. Next up, we've got from our boy. You know who we're talking about.
Oh God.
You know.
Womac's gonna make. I swear, I'm not buying it, Womac.
Are you sure you're not buying it, Dave?
Show me.
All right. From our boy Todd, he's picking up DC Direct Batman animated line. It's going to continue through McFarlane Toys.
Yep, I do not need now. This is Batman the Animated Series, so it's allowed to be more Batman.
It's better than his take on Batman the Animated Series,
yeah.
which
God, I did not. Again, I didn't touch those either.
Now these more so say
I'm not buying it. I do not need this line. It will not interact. God damn it. Really? That he's buying.
The Batman Who Laughs here, I don't get why you would do this. Like it's cool to see it in the style.
That's exactly it. I mean, it's not McFarlane Toys. It's being printed on. It's being published under McFarlane Toys.
Correct.
But it's still the DC Direct factory. It's still it's still those old things. It's the pre-commitments to it. Coolness, enjoy it. Not my thing.
My big question is it going to get wider distribution thanks to
You'll probably see it in comic book stores.
It would be cool to see it in Target, like in their little collector section. I noticed in two of the Targets I went to this week, they moved the 66 Batman stuff to the toy section. So,
that's just because they need to put stuff in the toy section.
That's true too.
I mean, look at that waist. That right there.
Yeah, I clicked.
Click back on that Batman right there. Look at that. Okay, there is no ab crunch. It's just a simple torso twist, single jointed elbows. I have no need for this. This is not something I would be doing photography with.
Yeah, if you wanted, I think this is just shelf representation. Like, hey, I really like Batman the Animated Series, and I want something on my shelf that's not going to break the bank, that is representative of, it ticks the box for the new adventures of Batman and Superman.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But I know there's a lot of people that like this design. They love the art style. They like the accessories. They want the representation of the character on the
it's
shelf.
Still better than the original McFarlane one that came out with a freaking torso that wide and legs that small.
Yeah. I would love to see them do Superman the Animated Series. Because one, it doesn't get enough love. And there's a lot of characters in there to be done. A lot of villain, huge rogue gallery from that. I mean, have they done Parasite? Have they done Livewire?
Nope.
I don't even know if a Parasite action figure exists, to be honest. I mean, outside of, they probably had one in the 5 POA line from back in the day.
No, Mattel did. They had one.
Yeah.
In DC Universe, Justice League Unlimited. Oh no, that was 5 POA. DC superheroes. There's not many of them, but they had them.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people. Stanley's Joy Channel. There's a lot of people that would love to see them do Justice League and Young Justice in that style. Slow TK says, picked up the old school Batman and Robin, and the articulation is trash. They barely stand up. You know, the
he's talking
irony
about
here is
the-
McFarlane comes to their little stands. The figures don't need it, but these probably would benefit with their very small footprints.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, I'm looking at the ankles of Catwoman right there. They scare me.
I mean, you could theoretically take your McFarlane little discs and give them to these guys. All right. Next up, we're going to move right in from one comic book franchise to another. We're going to talk about a interesting take on Homelander coming from Figma. This is an
That's a
interesting
new
one.
Cody Rhodes action figure.
Yeah. The NECA one, I know a lot of people, T-Man absolutely loved that figure. This one comes from Figma, who I know is hit or miss with a lot of people, but you're getting a soft goods cape, you're getting a stand, you're getting some really cool eye
With
effects.
Figma, you got two things going against it. 2.5 things going against it.
All right, what's the half thing?
Those arm joints. Those little ball joints, they totally break the sculpt horribly.
I think that the texture work on there helps a
No.
lot.
Yeah, you get all that texture and then just that little smooth ball joint on the elbow and knee. It's not as bad on the knee's actually done pretty well.
Until you look there, but
exactly.
I see it, but it's not really that distracting.
That's why it was a half issue. That is why it wasn't a full.
Okay, that's your half. All right. What's 1 and 2?
Scale.
Yeah.
And Figma almost never deep dives into a line.
No, they don't.
Into a licensed property. You get one, maybe two figures. Very rarely do you get the full, unless it's the Nintendo stuff, I think.
No, you still don't get the Nintendo stuff. Like the closest they've done to it
Zelda.
is, yeah.
But
and even they haven't even done Ganondorf.
But I'm just saying, so you might get Homelander, and then you might get Starlight, and then they're done.
Yeah.
So those are my.
But if you just want a one-off, if you just want a Homelander,
yeah,
and you're not thrilled with the NECA one,
yeah.
If you're not thrilled with the NECA one, because the NECA one's a good sculpt, it's a great sculpt actually.
You're talking everybody out of buying this.
Hey, I'm not here to talk everybody into buying things. I'm just here sharing the new cool stuff.
So, see, man?
Yeah. I think my favorite two Figma figure. Well, I really like the Metroid Prime Samus. I think that's close to perfect as a figure as they've ever done. But I also really like the two figures they did for Portal 2. They did Atlas and Peabody, which were the co-op characters. And I actually paired them up with Shell, who NECA actually did. And it works because they're just two robots, and she's a human, and NECA only made Shell, and Figma made Atlas and Peabody. So
I own 5 Figma figures, and 4 of them are Overwatch figures, so they're a little display of their own. And I've got one of the Guybers. I would love to get the other Guybers, but they cost an arm and a leg and a hip. And I'm pleased with them, but there's just right now, again, like for a figure like this, I just go NECA.
Fair enough. Next up, we've only got 2 things left here. Moving along. It's been again, we're coming up on, I think Chinese New Year is actually going on now.
Yep, Gong Xi Fa Choi.
We got the Tython Ruins Boba Fett. I am waiting for this show to finish its season, and then I'm going to watch it. So I'm guessing this is a look
Oh, dude, you should just be doing the slow bleed like the rest of it. It's so worth it. I wouldn't binge it. Half the fun is just getting it, thinking about it, watch then get the next episode, jaw drop.
So I'm guessing this is a look he had in a recent episode.
That's him walking around being a crime lord.
Okay. Okay. I like the black robe look that he had. So yeah. This is coming out at a retail price of $31.49. So they're giving him the deluxe figure billing. And is that just because the helmet comes off?
I don't know, but dude, look at that face sculpt.
Yeah, the face sculpt's great.
I'm
but
saying, I'm looking at the face sculpt. I'm looking at that paint on there.
But it's just like, how does this differ from the Django Fett they came out with not long ago, which had the updated sculpt? It had a removable helmet. It had a great likeness. And
I'm literally looking at the detailing on this.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm like, I appreciate the increase in detail. I'm just curious how this makes for a deluxe figure.
How much are they charging for that 30th that anniversary Captain America that's coming out?
Well, but that figure actually comes with like a base,
I'm just pointing that out here.
I get I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I just feel like with the last news of the price increase, it's not going to be long before $30 is the new price for
maybe.
this.
And this might be the entry level to it right there, the test market for it. I'm just saying. Again, if it looks that detailed, like that picture right there, I'm at least seeing it as far as the production quality goes.
I just wish he came with like a smoke effect or some sort of effects piece. It's just like Hasbro.
I won't say you're wrong with that. That would be no. I mean, more is always better.
I just feel like Hasbro completely cock-teased us with effects pieces over the past 2 years. Like they're like, "Hey, we're doing effects pieces," and we all rejoiced. Like I think we all unanimously loved effects pieces, and now it seems like they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to do effects pieces."
I'm glad I picked up every figure I could that had them. That's why I bought every one of those damn Black Widow figures. Smoking
I
pistols.
swear that smoke effect piece, because it came with the Ironmonger as well. Like that's like my favorite effects piece in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it works on multiple levels. I mean, it's like you can have it. Like I love the way the Ironmonger. I mean, I think the Ironmonger and Black Widow both had the same piece where you could have it like the smoke's coming out while it's firing, or you can just have a smoking gun.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine a smoke effect on that blaster right there.
I'm not saying you're wrong, or even a blast effect. Have you seen this one? NECA. I was just watching Toy Shiz, and NECA's doing basically the third run of the Phantom, Ming the Merciless, Flash Gordon, and all the King's Comics versions.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We can talk. You want to talk about those?
Don't tell me you actually got that queued up for another. This was a good segue.
I cut it from the news, but I wanted to talk about Boss Fight Studios 5-inch figures here.
Okay. I mean, if you want to talk about 5 inches, fine. But me, I don't deal with no short man. There is no reason for anyone to buy this with the NECAs out there.
No. Unless the cards are done really well. That's the only thing. But NECAs, I've seen the card back versions of the NECA ones, and they look great.
Yeah, they do.
They look awesome. And
they're actually doing. I said they're doing a third version. They did the Defenders of the Earth, and then they're doing they have the Defenders of the Earth ones. They're doing like the card back ones, which have like the really cool retro feel to it. And then they've got a third version coming out. Like the Flash Gordon has that Gambit headpiece on there, and Toy Shiz gave them very good reviews. because you don't need to boil them. The joints are tight. Well, even though this is not the figure, but
Yeah, I mean they also have the ones that like say like original superheroes, and they come in like kind of like Black Series, Marvel Legends esque, well more like Black Series esque packaging, just as original superheroes at the top. And they look good for what they are.
yeah.
But I think those card back ones, they look really good, and they they definitely, I think, are going to fly off the shelves. Especially for if you're an MISB collector, I think those card back ones are kind of they're really good looking pieces.
Man,
Last up, yeah, we get a tease from Super 7. Caption on this image was "Save Toontown coming soon." And yeah, if you've ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I think you know what this is.
I loved and hated that. I hated that scene. Scared me so bad.
So this is coming from Super 7. I'm curious. We talked about Tiny Toons earlier in tonight's show, so I'm really curious what the extent of this license is going to be.
Are we gonna get all the weasels?
Well, not just that. I mean, not Tiny. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was this mashup.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit was the Avengers end game of freaking cartoons.
Yes, it was a huge mashup. And I think a lot of people tend to forget about that. They kind of like think, oh, it's a Disney movie, and they think about the Disney characters, and they forget like the Warner Brothers characters that were in there.
Are you crazy? The duel between Donald Duck and Daffy Duck is
absolutely. And not only Warner Brothers and Disney, but I don't think Betty Boop was owned by either at the time.
Nope, she was public access.
Yeah. And so I'm curious what we're going to get from here. I mean, obviously, if they're going to kick it off, you're probably going to have Roger Rabbit. You're probably going to get
Jessica.
Well, definitely Jessica. God damn it! What was Bob Hoskins' character?
Oh yeah. Oh, Eddie Valiant.
And they like to do their little deep cuts with Super 7. Oh God, what was the baby's name?
Oh right, no. If you want to give me a deep cut, you give me a piano with a bloodstain underneath of it.
Baby Herman.
All right, and that would be Eddie's brother.
Yes.
I will win trivia on this shit, man.
Yeah.
And the car. Gotta have to have the car.
Yeah. So also if we're getting this, I'm assuming this is a tease for Judge Doom.
Oh fuck yeah. That would be the accessory for Doom.
Yeah. But I would love to see Super 7 go hog wild with this.
Oh yeah.
Because they've been doing
with the work they've been doing with the Simpsons, this should translate beautifully.
Yeah. I wish I could go down that rabbit hole, but I can't.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, no,
you can't go down the Roger Rabbit hole, folks.
Yeah, the Roger Rabbit hole. That sounds dirty.
Sounds like something. Never mind.
Yeah. But I'm sure we're gonna see stuff from this in the coming weeks. God, I wish Matt were here because he's our resident Disnut, so he would be running wild with the possibilities of this line here. But yeah,
I would say
Jenny Mindset says movie was kind of dark for a kid.
Oh my
that was the
God,
era.
Yes, when Judge Doom popped his eyes out, and yeah.
That was the times though, like in the 80s and 90s, like there was dark shit in movies. Like
hearing him scream, that's God, Christopher Lloyd, how freak.
Have you seen have you seen oh fuck, what was the movie? Nobody yet?
Oh my, is he in that movie?
Yes, he is.
Okay, no, I do need to see that. It's on my.
You
That is on my.
absolutely
I
do.
still haven't seen John Wick 3 yet, but nobody is on the list too.
He
Because
plays Bob Odenkirk's character's father,
oh Jesus,
and it is absolutely amazing. Cobra Clan says wasn't a kids movie. I think the thing is like back in the 80s and 90s you had that line and like somewhat into like the early 2000s because like we've been talking all episode about like jokes that went over your head. You like I think like the DreamWorks stuff, the early DreamWorks stuff was like the end of that era when you had like jokes that worked on multiple levels. But Roger Rabbit was kind of like a celebration of nostalgia for children of the 50s and 60s, but you could also kind of show it to your kids, which was us. And
Mhm. I mean,
you know
listen, you say it wasn't a cool. It wasn't like Cool World, all right? Let's just leave it at that.
yeah. You know what always gets me about Cool World
It
is
was a
that as a
Brad Pitt movie.
cartoon, well, yeah, there's a Brad Pitt movie, but as a cartoon, Holly was like way hotter than when she became Kim Basinger. Like, not that
Anyway,
Kim Basinger wasn't an attractive woman, but it was just like it's like you have her as like this hottest chick ever cartoon, and then she pops out and she's like, "Hey, it's me, Kim Basinger."
next.
That's it on news.
Oh,
We
well,
got
yeah.
this. We got the slow news week this week. Again, I think we're chalking it up to the fact that companies have literally been blowing their loads on reveals. Third party. We've had fans toys, X Transbots going nuts, and this was Doctor Wu's week to shine. And honestly, in a typical week, we wouldn't have covered the Doctor Wu stuff.
No, I mean, I honestly, I miss Doctor Wu when they were just doing weapons.
Yeah, it seems like it's like the homebrew markets have really cornered weapons right now. You got Shockwaves Lab, uh,
Though,
Larkin's Lair is doing some awesome stuff. I'm going to place an order for his shoulder cannons for the Pterosaur now that I've got him in hand.
I mean,
Um,
even some of the. I mean, I'm not sure if I'd call the Valorverse a third party or not because it's still technically independent. But like they're doing weapons packs. I've got one
yeah.
of those on order. Don't want to distribute to my Joes.
Yeah, that's a good discussion topic to have. 'Cause we talk about it all the time.
Hey,
Like,
Memo. A little late, but hi, Memo.
what's up, Memo? Yeah, Memo, we got to get you on here. I gotta shoot you a message. We'd love to have a evening with you. And Cobra Clan, you're overdue. We got to get you on here too, man. Because we need to talk 3D printing.
Yes, we do need to talk 3D printing.
But yeah, I feel like DNA Designs kind of has a good corner on the market, but there's just so many people doing the independent stuff, and then like you see Hasbro doing Fortnite, but come on, GI Joes, Transformers, you got a lot of other lines Hasbro where you could do those packs, and it just to me it seems a little weird that Fortnite's the one that they experiment with.
I still haven't found any of those Hasbro arcade machines.
Oh, I went into Target today, and there were a ton of them. If you want them, I'll send you some. Like
I'm still
I'm not
debating if
kidding
I'm
you.
going to get the that last one that T-Man reviewed, the TNTina.
It's interesting too. Like I guess we can wrap up on this. Isn't it interesting that like T-Man has found the characters before they've actually even officially been revealed, and it's just like no
Yeah,
thing. He found that 2-pack. Was it like
the Oompa
uh
Loompas.
yeah, I just call them the Oompa Loompas, and then he found Tiantina, and then um I've seen the gliders in stores, um but I think Winston was like one of the first people to find them. Um, and yeah, there's just like no big reveals on the Fortnite stuff. And T's just like, oh, I found it in his toy hunts.
I like the fact that that stand is adaptable for the other thing, with the other first one with the
owl.
yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah, with the owl. Oh my gosh,
The
looks so much
owl, and
better with
then
the owl.
the Ollie figure. I mean, those are some cool stands. I really
I
wish.
hope they put those on Hasbro Pulse. If that happens, I totally am having regret now for not getting Ohm. If I could get Ohm with one of those stands, because that stand absolutely made that figure.
I think there's like I think that's like one of the discussions we should pan out for a future show. Like, what are some blue ocean things Hasbro should sell? Like, people love Marvel Legends. Why not sell an official solution like they used to have the action figure cases back in the day where you put all your fucking Ninja Turtles in there. I have baggies full of hands. Basically hands and heads. Sell an official solution for organizing that shit. And I know you can go into Michael's and get, your
Oh no, I'm
containers.
absolutely with you on that. This is you want to live. Yeah. First of all, Bag of Blast
Bag of
Effects.
Blast Effects.
Thank you,
100%.
I want Bag of
Want that.
Blast Effects.
Need that.
I want those stands back, those hexagon stands that they used to do.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be a lifesaver for my shelf. Weapon packs. That is what should be the Hasbro Pulse exclusive stuff. It doesn't need to take up shelf space.
Yeah. And display bases would be amazing. But I really want that to happen with some Toy Biz throwbacks.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That is, as you said, a discussion for another time.
A discussion for another time. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for tonight's show. Thanks to everybody who popped into the live chat, everybody who kielbasa slammed that like button, everybody that popped into our Teespring store and checked out our shirts, and also make sure you ring that notification bell while you're at it. That's going to do it for tonight's episode. Had a good time talking with you, Dave. Had a good time talking with our audience over here. And we're going to see you guys here live next Thursday. I want to try and get a guest on. It's been a while. We got to shake some stuff up. So I want to reach out to somebody and see if we can get them on. And that'll do it for us. If you want to figure out where to find us, you can do so in the link in the description below, as well as find the link for our Teespring store. That'll do it. Whoa. That's a spicy factoid. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We love you all, and we will see you all here next week, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the Figure Action YouTube channel. Peace out, and we'll see you then.
Later.